After seeing Elon Musk announce that he's working with the grievance institutions over policing hate speech and harassment on the platform, many people, including myself, are skeptical that things are going to improve. But at the very least, you can still revel in the outrage as Elon Musk does do some stuff. This is interesting. Adam Parkhamenko says, so Twitter is going to be for the January 6th people? Gross. Here's what happened. Jenna Ellis says, whoa. Arizona Secretary of State candidate Real Mark Fincham was suspended on Twitter. Elon Musk, this shouldn't happen a week before the election. Elon Musk says looking into it, followed by, from the Arizona Daily Independent, NewsGuard certified, of course, Musk comes through for Fincham after Twitter account locked. The report. On Monday, Chief Twit Elon Musk blew up the Arizona-related Twitter sphere when he came to the rescue of Republican Secretary of State candidate Mark Fincham after he was locked out of his account. Fincham posted on Facebook, "They won't say what I did wrong, Elon. This is not free speech." He asked his Facebook friends to tag Musk on Twitter. Attorney Jenna Ellis did as Fincham requested and got a response from Musk himself, who said that he was looking into it. Of course, that's what really pissed off this Adam fella. Who is he? Democratic strategist. He is, Midas touch. Oh, we love them. You see, there's good and there's bad here. Here's the good and here's the bad, right? The good is that, okay, great. Mark Fincham tweeted, "We're back. Thank you, Elon Musk, for stopping the commie who suspended me from Twitter a week before the election. Twitter is much better with you at the helm. Thank you." I do agree that it is much better. We are back, blah, blah, blah. Mark Fincham then quoted an image of Musk's profile that says Twitter complaint hotline operator. And he says, nice. Here's the good news. I don't know exactly if Elon Musk intervened to unban this guy, said he was looking into it. Maybe he did. That's what we want to see. And we've seen a few examples that appear to show Elon Musk is doing something. But there's questions around why he hasn't unlocked Jordan Peterson or the Babylon Bee yet, when they're like the easiest examples of him being able to go in and just do this. Some have argued he doesn't want to show bias. It doesn't matter. You can clearly see they're already losing their minds. They're already saying, no, don't let the Republicans use the platform a week before the election. How insane is that? I understand that Elon's got a long way to go. I understand that if we're going to hope for any real change, it's going to take some time. I accept that, but I will stress the point I made earlier. And for all of you, I hope you join me. No giving Twitter money until we actually see political prisoners freed. I'm not saying Elon Musk has to unban every single person. He has to show us that he's actually working towards doing it. This is a good step, but I don't know exactly what happened. So I can tell you this. The Babylon Bee, unbanned. Project Veritas, unbanned. What did Veritas do wrong? Why are they still in Twitter jail? You want to argue about someone who broke the rules? Fine, but Veritas didn't break any rules. As far as we can tell, they only accused Veritas of running fake accounts. Doesn't seem like Veritas did that. James O'Keefe denies having done that, but they banned him anyway. So let's see it. How about this, Elon? If you want good faith, prove it. Prove that Veritas did something wrong. You got evidence? Prove it. Otherwise, I ain't giving you any money. I'm not going to give any money to the platform until I know they're actually doing the work. It's like I said in my other segment. If you go to McDonald's, you can see them making the burgers. You can see the burgers slide in the little tray with the heat lamps. You know it's right there. Okay, fine. Here's the money. Give me the burger. If I see them actually doing the work, I'll believe it. But so far, here's what we did see. We see Elon Musk tweeting that he's working with fake news and grievance institutions. That may as well be me going to McDonald's and watching them chuck the burgers out the window. It's like, okay, well, I'm not convinced you're going to give me one because you're throwing them out the window. I suppose if you really wanted it, you'd go out the window and get it. But I'm not sure I buy it. One thing we do know is that the saga continues. My friends, there's a lot of news to talk about, but there's just so much juicy stuff going on with this Twitter thing. You gotta keep up with the news. From Business Insider, a Twitter employee shared a picture of his boss in a sleeping bag and mask on the office floor, illustrating Elon Musk's new hardcore work culture. And don't forget, from Reuters, more Twitter officials leave, gutting top management. He's got his work cut out for him, man. And I can't imagine how hard it must be. But I will stress this point again before we start reading into this article. Elon, You're not going to win playing a game of pull the left and the right together. The right's already compromised. They've given everything. That's it. Twitter banned Alex Jones. For what reason? He made a metaphor? That's really it. He made a metaphorical statement and they said, call to violence. Seemingly colluding with the entirety of big tech in Silicon Valley. How about Project Veritas? I'll say it again. I understand there's a lot of accounts that shouldn't have been banned. Carpe Donktum, for instance. Why is it that Project Veritas got banned? Now, of course, what are the leftists saying? They're saying it's not real journalism. It's not real journalism, so who cares? What's the right saying about the left? The left journalists should be allowed on the platform. You see the problem? This is what's going to happen. If we do not hold Elon Musk to the highest standards, he will say this: the right is okay with some censorship. They hate it, but they'll stay on the platform. And the left will not tolerate allowing the right on the platform. The end result, as I've stressed, Elon is going to compromise with far left organizations, and he already is, to ban the right and not the left. Now, maybe one difference we may see: Elon Musk starts banning Antifa. I think there's net positives here for sure. I think he's making the Twitter employees actually work. Take a look at this. A Twitter employee shared a photo appearing to show his boss asleep on the office floor just days after Elon Musk took over the company. The photos show Esther Crawford, director of product management at the social media giant, wearing an eye mask and wrapped up in a sleeping bag on top of a sleeping mat. She said, "When your team is pushing round the clock to make deadlines, sometimes you sleep where you work." I am absolutely not okay with that. Look, Elon, you can run your company however you want, but for hygiene reasons, not interested. Now, I will admit, where we are with our studio, there's actually rooms and, like pullouts and futons and things you could sleep on. I would not be okay with someone sleeping on the floor, and we do not take kindly to people sleeping at the studio as it is, but some people do sometimes for some reasons. You understand? I get it. Sometimes there's nothing you can do, and I don't blame them. We try to avoid it, but it's a reality. We actually say don't, but if someone does, it's not the apocalypse. Maybe your car broke down. Maybe you've got a deadline that's like 2 a.m. and you need access to the machines. You end up saying, like, it's not safe for me to drive home because I'm way too exhausted. You fall asleep. Ain't nobody going to cry about it, okay? We just say don't, if it's an emergency and it ends up happening. But as much as I can say that, what I do want to say to Esther Crawford, you have my respect, tremendous respect. I'm impressed. I don't know much about this person, but based off this, hey, man, that's the kind of employee that Elon Musk should be promoting. As much as I'd say, like, hey, don't sleep at the office, your willingness to do whatever it takes to get the job done warrants some time off, some relaxation. You shouldn't have to do this, but I actually think it's fairly impressive. It is unclear where the photo was taken. Jones's Twitter page says she's based in New York. Insider reached out to both Jones and Crawford early Wednesday morning, but they did not respond. Crawford tweeted Tuesday that she is very proud of efforts at Twitter to quickly shift gears and bring this new vision to life. I dig it. I really do. Look, I think Elon is walking towards a pit trap with trying to compromise to these leftists. But if this Esther Crawford really is just like, whatever you say, boss, let's get it done. I'm like, wow, that's gumption right there. Elon, promote this woman. Staff at Twitter have been clocking up much longer hours than usual since Musk took over, with his team assigning them big tasks on tight deadlines. Some staff at the company see the assignments as a test by Musk's team to see who works hard and worry their job could be on the line amid the looming threat of layoffs. I like it. More importantly, very impressed by someone willing to sleep on the floor to get the job done. If it were me and I was the boss and I saw that, I'd be like, hey, you don't have to do that. Point taken, however. We do have employees who have, for a variety of reasons, had to sleep at the office. And we say, hey, don't sleep at the office, but respect. It is what it is. It's a net positive. Just don't do it, all right? An internal message told Twitter staff working on changes, the company's verification process. The expectation is literally to work 24/7 to get this out. CNBC reported that Twitter managers have told some staff to work 12-hour shifts 7 days a week. Okay. Well, here's the other story. More Twitter officials leave, gutting top management. From Reuters. In an expanding exodus of Twitter's top management officials, including its advertising and marketing chiefs, left the company in the past few days, according to statements and a person with direct knowledge of the matter. The departures come after billionaire Elon Musk's takeover, blah, blah, blah. We get it. He fired the top executives. Sarah Personet, who is chief customer officer and ad boss, tweeted on Tuesday she resigned last week, adding to advertisers' uncertainty over how the social media company will change under Musk. Okay, here you go. AOC hits Elon Musk's possible Twitter verification charge. Let's talk about the mistakes that Elon Musk is making. AOC says LMAO at a billionaire earnestly trying to sell people on the idea that free speech is actually $8 a month subscription plan. What a duplicitous scumbag AOC is. Yeah, that's not ever what happened. But her whole thing, the progressive left, is just lie and spit and piss all over you. Nobody said free speech was $8 a month. In fact, Elon said Twitter is going to be free. But if you want a special tier service with special features, $8 a month. Free speech? No, the free speech is free. Twitter's current lords and peasant systems for who has or doesn't have a blue check mark is over, Musk says. He said something out. He said it's BS. Okay. Let's play this game. I think it was, who was it, Durbin? Who said that Twitter has been inundated with hate speech since Elon's takeover. Sarah Bareilles and a bunch of other celebrities are like, I'm quitting this platform. I refuse to be on here with hate speech. Tony Braxton said, it's no longer safe for my sons. Gee, Elon, they're lying about you and your platform. What are you going to do? What do? You give them the middle finger. That's it. Elon Musk has changed no policies. They say, oh, but he fired people and people left. Sure. But Yoel Roth, I think his name is, and he's the anti-Trump guy who's been enforcing all these policies, still there, still enforcing the policies, still taking down hate speech. So no changes have been made. So why are these politicians and leftist celebrities lying about it? Oh, because they're liars. So Elon, are you going to pander to people who are lying about what's going on? Or are you going to say, you can't win them all? That's what I'd say. It's one thing if you have people on the right who are like, I want to say that I hate people. And the left is like, we don't want hate speech. You're like, okay, well, we've got a cultural problem here. It's another when you are literally doing what they ask and they lie about it. What are you going to do? You going to get on your knees for them? I would not be surprised. Bringing in some of these organizations like New Knowledge. Dude, are you kidding me with this? If you missed the earlier segment, Elon Musk, Twitter is apparently working with an organization that manufactured bots to smear a Republican to try and steal an election. I think it worked, actually. They admitted to doing it, a false flag operation. They admitted it. And Twitter's working with them? Laughable. Elon Musk, of course, came out and announced that he was going to be working with a bunch of leftist organizations to police hate. You can't. Hate is an emotion, a part of the human experience, and it is free speech. Let me tell you, I hate cilantro. And I will be damned if I'm not allowed to say what I hate. Now, some people hate other people. You're allowed to. Hatred is a part of the human experience. And I would encourage people not to be hateful, but part of neutralizing that anger and that hatred is working through it, talking it out, not just hiding it or covering it up. So what you're saying is if somebody has an opinion that is hateful to another person, you're going to police that. Harassment, I get. But hold on there, Elon. I certainly hope when he said he was meeting with these organizations, it was to tell them, hey, we have a block button and a mute button. I don't really block all that many people. I only block people who are bad faith manipulators, but I mute people who are annoying all the time. So what's to be done? The tools exist. Benny Johnson tweeted at Elon Musk. He says, Dear Elon Musk, I want you to succeed at Twitter. This critique is based only on cold, hard facts. You will never restore public trust at Twitter when the guy in charge thinks 100 million Americans who support America first are literal Nazis. Not possible. Yoel must go. Yoel Roth said, yes, the person in the pink hat is clearly a bigger threat to your brand of feminism than actual Nazis in the White House. Benny Johnson says, I'm not a hater or a doomer. I have cheered on Elon's acquisition from the get. But this is the brutal reality of the situation. To restore public trust at Twitter, you must remove from power the people who atomized it in the first place. I agree. What does this mean? 1. Any employee who had a role in the censorship of Hunter Biden's laptop story is irredeemably compromised. This was an anti-journalism act of malevolent election meddling bordering on criminal. It will not ever be forgiven by conservative users of Twitter. Hear, hear. How about this? Let's one up things, because I'm sick of compromise. I will not pay $8 unless Elon gets rid of the people who censored the Hunter Biden laptop story. I want to see information on the DHS and what Twitter was doing with the government, and I want assurances they will stop. I want to see the political prisoners freed. Betty Johnson says Twitter's safety board must have a true conservative or two appointed, real champions for free speech and native Twitter power users. This would truly restore trust with 100 million Americans who have been denigrated by this platform. Restore balance to the force, Elon. Elon responded, absolutely agreed that the Twitter safety board should have people from all viewpoints. I just do not believe it will happen. Jack Posobiec tweets, keep your Getter, Truth Social, and Telegram accounts up and running. That's right. One person responded saying, yes, Elon's Twitter will expand the allowable views on the platform, but only within an establishment-approved Overton window. He does depend on continuing government approval and patronage for his SpaceX business after all. I guarantee it. I will make a bet that Elon Musk will not allow absolute free speech. And hold on. I do not mean calls for violence or criminal activities. Some argue that's absolute free speech. What I mean to say is Elon Musk is not going to allow hate speech. It's never going to happen. Elon Musk will not allow hate speech. Why? Because advertisers do not want to be next to hate speech. That's it. I don't know how you solve for that. YouTube doesn't allow it either, but this is a problem. It's a very serious problem. Some things like the word globalist are now being called hate speech. There's no limit to what hate speech is or can become. So when many people come out and say, I have a problem with groups of individuals who are powerful, wealthy, international elites who believe in a one world government, we refer to those people as globalists. And then the ADL, who Elon Musk is working with right now, says globalist is an anti-Semitic slur. Don't say it. Okay, well, what word do we use to describe anyone of any background who wants a one world government? Sorry, there's no word for that, I guess. Globalist just specifically refers to Jewish people, apparently, says the ADL. What does that mean about the ADL? What are they saying? Well, good work working with them, Elon Musk. Here's the point. Some people need to be allowed to say things. That's it. If somebody wants to rag on international subversion, whatever you want to call it, one world governments, and then they come out and say this is actually hate speech, are you going to ban them, Elon? But it's hate speech. But the advertisers are going to pull out. There's no winning. The only winning is you saying no. We will not take people down for this. But that's a problem then, because you have people coming on the platform and spewing racial slurs. It sucks, but that's the internet. People are legally allowed to say those things. You argue, but the advertisers don't want to appear next to it. Too bad. Because one day it's any old racial slur, which I absolutely think are abhorrent and terrible. But the next day, it's the word woman. It's the word wimixen. It's the word groomer. You see what they did there? I was locked out of Twitter retroactively. I'm sorry, a tweet I had up specifically referring to an image of an adult showing sex images to children. I said, that's a groomer. They locked me out months later because they arbitrarily changed the rules because the left went to advertisers and said, if you do not get off Twitter, then you'll regret it. So what are you going to do? Bend the knee? It's already happened. Elon should have come in and told the grievance organizations, screw off. Sorry, I can't help you. They're already lying about your enforcement and what's happening, and they're already causing an advertiser exodus. Appeasing people who lie will not work. Now, still net positive. Okay, I'll say that. Elon coming in and unbanning, assuming he did, this Republican, he can do certain things that other Twitter leadership was unwilling to do. I'm just not convinced it's going to improve that much. You're still going to have people who are banned. Hate speech is still going to be banned. Misgendering policy, I imagine, will still likely exist. Why? He's not unbanning Babylon Bee, is he? A politician got locked out. He let him back in. But the Babylon Bee, no. Why would he? I think maybe, and slowly over time, we'll see some improvement. I do think he's going to expand what people are allowed to say. But eventually, the far left lunatics will threaten advertisers. The advertisers will tell Elon Musk, you ban this person, or else he'll say, well, I don't want to lose $60 million. And there it is. People are already pointing out, even on the left, that Elon has already abandoned ideology for profit. Maybe he realized the platform can't operate unless he brings money in. Good luck. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 4 p.m. over at youtube.com/Timcast. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.